to the show. Today, I want to dive into a debate that sparks strong reactions on both sides. Should a 16-year-old be allowed to vote? For some, the idea sounds like a progress. For others, it sounds reckless. But let's take a closer look together, because this isn't as simple as too young or old enough. Right now, in the United States, the voting age is set at 18. There are places around the world already experimenting with lowering. Austria, for example, has let 16-year-olds to vote since 2007. In certain local elections in places like Scotland, Argentina, and Brazil, teens can cast a ballot at 16 as well. So this isn't just a what if, it's happening, and it gives us some new evidence to work with. The main argument for letting 16-year-olds to vote is pretty straightforward. If you're not to be affected by political decisions, you should also have a voice in them. Think about school funding, gun laws, climate change policies. These shape the daily lives and futures of young people more than almost anyone else. And let's not forget, many 16-year-olds already have jobs. They're paying sales taxes, sometimes even income taxes. And you know the old saying, no taxation without representation. Why should someone contribute to the system financially but have no say in how the system is run? Now, that pushback is usually, well, 16-year-olds just aren't responsible enough. But let's test that. At 16, you can drive a car, which is literally a two-non machine capable of doing serious damage if misused. You can also get a job, pay taxes, and in some states, even be tried as an adult in courts. If society already trusts teenagers with level of responsibility, then maybe it's not about ability, but about whether we're ready to expand democracy. And honestly, here is the thing. Are all adult voters perfectly informed? Definitely not. We've all seen people walk into a voting booth and choose based on one ad they saw or how their family has always voted, or even just a name that sounds familiar. If we don't demand some sort of political knowledge test for adults, should we really demand it from teens? Now, here is another big reason supporters gives this in its habits. A study suggests that earlier someone starts voting, the more likely they are to keep it for doing for life. If you let someone start voting at 16 when they're still in high school and surrounded by support, teachers, parents, even classmates, they're more likely to learn the process, feel confident about it, and carry that habit forward. Contrast that with 18-year-olds. Many people are moving out, starting college, or working full time for the first time. Life is chaotic, and voting often slips through the cracks. Now, critics raise a fair point. Teenagers are more easily influenced. Parents, teachers, and yes, even TikTok or Instagram could decide their vote. But influence as a teen isn't really the problem. Adults are influenced by Fox News, CNN, campaign ads, or even peer pressure at work. No one votes in vacuum. The question isn't, are teenagers influenced, but are they uniquely influenced in a way that makes them unfit to vote? So maybe the real debate isn't whether 16-year-olds are capable. It's whether we as a society are ready to expand who we consider part of the political community. If democracy is about giving people a voice, then leaving out of millions of young people who already work, drive, pay taxes, and deal with the consequences of government policies might actually be the bigger risk.